Thank you so much for joining us tonight. My name is Mohit, and we are waiting to see if we have more people joining us in a few minutes. And after that, we are going to start our workshop, which is about creating a course in Blackboard. It's going to take some few more minutes here. I'll stop my video here so I can see it better. So we have a presentation, and also I'm going to create a login account on Blackboard, and I'm going to show you how does it work. We're going to create a live course. And in the meanwhile, if you have any questions, you can ask me either on question and answer, or you can write us in the chat box. We have Kafaya with us, and she's going to help us with all the messages we may see in the chat or in question and answer sessions. Okay, let's go ahead and start then. So create a course in Blackboard. So Blackboard is a learning management system. It's an online learning management system where you can create an account as a teacher, and you can create courses for your students. So it can go for whatever thing that you would like to teach. You may want to teach mathematics, algebra, or you may want to teach classes on how to garden or some IT, things. So it's a very good platform where you can, first of all, it's free for teachers. If you want, you can create a free teacher account, and then you can add your students. And after you add your students, it'll give you a very informative and very amazing user experience where you can create your courses very easily. And also you can grade students, and you can see their homework, what they have been doing. You can answer them on their videos they have been making. You can add PDF files, you can add audio files, video files, and your students can also add as a response for all the assignments or quizzes they have been doing. So for people who joined us late, well, welcome to the course here. We are just getting started, and as I said earlier to the people who are here, that we are going to look for a presentation, and then also we are going to create a live course on Blackboard and to see how does it work. And if you would like to work along with me, I will give you a link, and you can work with me, and we can just create courses for students on our side, for both of us. And then I can answer your questions if you may want to ask more things about it. So let's get started. Blackboard, as I was saying earlier, it's a very interactive and has a very great user interface where you can create your courses, and it's free for teachers. So creating a course in Blackboard, my name is Mohit, and I do teach here at DoSpace coding classes, and also some of the learning management system classes too. So the first thing, if we go in the presentation here, the first thing that I have included is the link of the website where you can go and I'm sorry about this. You can go and you can create a free Blackboard account. It's called coursesites.com. I request Kafaya to put this link in the chat box so that we can have this link. And if you would like to work along with me, you can go ahead and work on this and create an account. So this is a link I have added for you here. When you click here, you will see a link. You can click on the link, and the link is going to open this for you. So if you are a new user, you can click on register, and you can say that, if you're a teacher, you can say I'm teacher. And it also has an option if you want to say that I'm just doing it for training and I want to see how does it work for me. You can choose that option too. So you can register yourself. I already have an account I created for this workshop. So I'm just going to click on sign in, and hopefully it's going to, it's give me all information here. So after I sign in, it looks like this. It looks like this here. So there's a Blackboard Connect sites. And after you choose all the courses that you would like to see, or you would like to create all the courses, what you can do is you can click make an account here. So I created a login account as a teacher and I named it Test 2 Space. So this is my profile. You can click on your profile and you can see test do space. This is the name, email address that is connected to. I have an email address with this name. I can keep a password, I can change password, and I can add other information if I wanted to. So I added my company as do space. My job title is distance learning, e-learning, online learning educator, department, non-corporate organization. So this would be pretty much like an interface that you use on your phone or maybe on your laptop applications where you create your account, and you can, under the subscription page or under the account page, you can see all the information that is related to you and your account. And you can also come here and you can uh, create your upload your picture here if you want to. And there's an institution page if you are related to institution who uses Blackboard as a user interface, as a learning management system for students. You can go to your institution page. For example, UNO uses Canvas, but there are some colleges which uses Blackboard, so you can use Blackboard. Like I know about Doane University, they have campus in Lincoln and also in Omaha. So they use Blackboard as their learning management system. So there are more things to see here. So the most important thing and the link that we're going to talk about for most of this class is courses. So this is very important where you can go. I'm going to click on this link. So I clicked on when I click on this link, I can see all the courses that I am related to. So these are the courses. This may be the courses what I'm teaching as a teacher. These courses may be the courses where I'm a student. I am taking that class or I'm taking that course. And you can, if you want to do filter the courses, you can go here and you can see different filters here. Courses I teach, open courses, private courses, completed courses, or you can also search them with a specific name. If you are looking for a course with specific name, you can do that. I mean, this is pretty much, if you are not a teacher and if you are a student, you must have seen this with a different perspective of being as a student. How does it look like? But how does this look like to a teacher who want to make their classes online? This is the interface that you see here. So if you have any, as I said earlier, if you have any questions, please write us. We're going to answer those questions as we go forward with the course. So right now we have just learned a few things about Blackboard. What is Blackboard? It has a good user interface. And then from our presentation, we have a link, which gives us a link to information about how to create a free account. Teacher free account on the website. Next thing, we're going to talk about how to look for all the courses. So as I talked about, if you click on courses here, it's gonna put up all the courses here for you. And then, so this is our dashboard for all the courses that we can create, or also we may be teaching or maybe as enrolled as a student. So I'm gonna click on one of the course here. So this is the course I was, looking at earlier, and I was trying to make changes so that I can show you. So first thing that you can change the name of the course. For example, if you want to, teach gardening, and if you want to about garden. So let's say I am teaching a hypothetical class about garden, or I can say garden 101. So in this course, I'm talking about how to, find out which soil is good, where to get the compost, where to get the, seeds for your garden, where to get, and, what kind of things that you're interested in growing and all those kind of things if I'm going to teach here. So I'm going to name it as a thing, as a course that I would like to teach. And then it will give you your administration here that's your name. We selected in the beginning, test 2 space, and then it's showing you your role that you're instructor at this course. So the first thing we are going to talk about how to add people in your course. So now I know how to create a free teacher account. Now I know how to name a course, how to choose a specific name of the course. But I think we should go a step back and we should try to see how we create content in the course, because that is the first thing that we're going to do, other than adding people. That would be the last thing, I guess, or they just register by themselves. Anyways, so we are gonna go talk about announcements first here. So it says on this user interface, if you go in the course, what do you see? I'm going to familiarize you a little bit with the interface here. So on the left hand side, it says delete and actions. It has roster, how to add people in your course, student in your course group. If you have a class of 20 students and then you want to do a project with 4 students in each, making 5 groups, you can choose this here. You can create a group of 5 people, and then and then they're going to submit their assignments together as a group and do more things as a group discussions. So this is what you can choose from. And Blackboard Collaborate is something like a Zoom classroom where you can have 3 or more than 3 people to create a session so that they can talk to each other and they can write notes together. It's just like a virtual meeting session, you can say. Attendance, you can mark attendance for your students in the class here. Announcements, we're going to talk about this first, because seems to be the logical first thing that you would like to do after you make a content for a class. You create announcement for the students that this is a class that is going to meet on the specific day at specific time, and this is the syllabus, and this is all the instructions that you want to give your students as a teacher. Books and tool, so this is where you can add your course, what books that you can add, institution tools. You can add resources here. You can add a library website here, maybe recreation center, or maybe schools. If you have any research projects coming up you want students to see, you can add here upcoming research projects. You can make question banks here. If you have multiple choice questions, if you have essay questions, you can put all of your questions here, and you can create small group of those question banks. These are very helpful when you try to create assignments or quizzes for students. So for example, if I want to have one 10 questions from chapter number 1 and 20 questions from chapter number 3 in a question paper, I can just give a command in the interface. I can tell to choose randomly 10 questions from 1 and 20 from other chapter for every individual student. So it will make individual questions mark without you setting it. You just write it a command and it does it for you. Uh, and student preview is very important, because after you create the course, it looks like different for the view and the user interface, that looks like different for the students than a teacher. So most of the time you want to see how does it will look like to students, how if you have different colors and assignments, and how they can see so that it's making sense for them. You can see as a student, and then you can basically you can double check if it looks nice, and then before you publish you can do those things. So we just talked about the left hand side menu, and there are more things on the right hand side, as you will see here. This is course content. I'll show you in a minute how to add those things, how we can do this here. And then there's a calendar, so it's a schedule basically. If you have an assignment deadline, if you have discussion deadline, if you have a paper turning deadline, so it's going to show you here as a to-do list also. So it's very handy for students who are taking multiple classes, and sometimes we lose the track of the assignments and deadlines and submissions. So schedule is something where you can come and you can come here and you can see, and you can uh, the students, they can see multiple things here, and that helps them to manage their time and manage their schedule here. And then discussion is something that you create discussion for example, if I added a video, or if I want to write students to reflection about chapter one, each individual reflection, and then I want them to discuss to see why they have like counter ideas or counter ideologies for some of the things we're teaching. Or if you want to create some discussion groups, it's a good place to come here and create discussions. And then again, we have next here gradebook. This would be after they submit their exams, and they see we have the assignment. I'm going to show you how does it appear after we add the assignment, few of the assignments, and then we have inbox here where you can get messages and messages from your students, and you can reply them from here too. And then this is the question analysis in the end. So we recently we just talked about how to get a free course, and then uh, how to log in, and then we see how to name the course, and we learned about the interface on the left hand side, navigation menu in the left column, and then there's a row on the right hand side top, which is more options here to see what we can do in the Blackboard. So there's every specific thing that we saw has a different thing, a different different capability that you can do and set up for students. So till now, if you have any questions, I'm just going to take a pause here for 2 minutes because it can be too much for the first time to see. So I'm just going to give you some time here to look at the screen and to ask me if you have any questions, or as I said earlier, if you're trying it by your side with me, along with me, please go ahead and look at your screen and see if you need to ask anything. We'll take a pause for 2 minutes, and then I'm going to show you some of the live things here, how we can do it, and then more questions. Okay, looks like we do not have many questions here. So let's talk about the first thing that I'm going to show you here is how to create course content. After you log in on the website, create an account, create a teacher account, the first thing that you're going to do is create the course content. Very important, first of all, you may want students to read some PDF files or some books, or you have some, worksheets written by you. So first you want to add those, and then you may want to create assignment for those. You may want to create a reflection, write a reflection or write an essay about this, or maybe adding an audio, video, so many things. So how you're going to do that is just going to click on this plus sign here. And then, all before I do this, I'm going to tell you that whatever I'm going to show you here is I have written all of those in the step-by-step process here, how to create module announcement, course, and everything. And then Kafaya, she's with us, and she has a copy of this. By the end of this workshop, this online course, if you need a copy of this, you can write us your email address in the chat box, and we're going to email it to you. So I just wanted to give that information before I go ahead and show you more things. So we were talking about the course content here, folks. So if I want to create a content here, I'm going to click on this plus sign here, and then it will show you there are more options that appears: create, copy content, upload, content, market, cloud storage, content collection. There's a lot of resources are here, folks, for whatever you would like to do for your new course that you're setting up for the first time in Blackboard as a teacher. So you can copy content. For example, if you go to a school and they work on Blackboard learning management system, and you have your new profile, but then you are teaching courses which has already been set up from the past teachers, and you have been asked to teach those courses. So you can come here and you can click on copy content, and then it's going to take you to a list of all the courses from your organization, or and then you can also look for open courses which has people, they don't worry about rights, so you can just write the course name here or course number here, and you can copy the content if you have permission. So be very respectful in this. uh, just if you know the teacher and they're asking you to teach the course, or if you have permission, and if that course is open, only then create this copy content option here. Choose this one and then select the content and then work on that from there. Upload if you have course material. Some people, what they do is they just write Word documents, and they upload the files here, so they can do that too. Content market, as we know, there's also a place where you can buy courses. So that is also, so there are more options to explore from here, what you can choose. And if you haven't decided what you're going to do, you can click on create plus option here, and then you can choose what are you are trying to create, what are the course content item that you are going to choose here. So you will see that there are so many options here, as you can see on the right hand side. And folks, if you are working along with me, I will suggest you to try the things that I'm showing you, so that you can have some hands-on practice. And you can also ask me questions if you stuck somewhere, or if you feel that something is doesn't making sense to you. So I just created on this plus icon, and then after I clicked here, it's going to show me all the options. Oops, excuse me. So just gonna refresh the page, looks like. So so you can go ahead there and just choose, like we created this assignment here. This is the one of the assignment. Yeah, here it is. So I'm going to click on create, and I'm going to show you those options that we were looking at. So learning module, if you want to create a module, you can say those are modules or like chapters. So if you are saying that you would like to teach 10 chapters in Garden 101, so the first thing could be, so let's create one. As I practice, we're going to do this. So live, so new learning module that I'm going to click here, and I'm going to say how to find a place for the garden. So see, I just created this module, and this hidden. I haven't published yet, so it's hidden. And then if I can go here, I can have more options to delete this, or I can just move this down here, and then expand this. Add I can description. I can add description about this module that you are going to learn, and then you can upload PDF files. For example, if I have a PowerPoint presentation made, I can just upload here, and I can choose it from the content that I have on my computer. I have a Word file, document file, whatever. I can just create. I can just keep going here and uh, creating content and link and documents. Teaching tool with LTI connections are more tools that I can use. I can create a test, I can create an assignment, discussion board, journal. So there are more things here, options that you would like to look into and see what are the options that you can choose from here. So I just created this assignment. So I'm going to show you this. So assignment. So this is about the name the assignment. I just named the assignment, but you can do it according to your the course that you're teaching. I spelled garden wrong. Yeah. Yeah, so that will be garden quiz 1. And then the other good things, folks, here it is that I can change settings to I can do due date. So I don't want my students to answer the questions after, let's say with a specific date. So I can just choose it from here. If I go to calendar, and I can just choose it, and I can double. I can change also. I can also change the time, what I want, and then there's a more things from the options that you can choose from. Randomizing questions, so there are more settings, and then you can also make it multiple attempts if you want. If you think that is kind of something that student is going to take time to understand this and answer those, you can make it multiple attempts, and then you can choose, uh, you know, how many marks you want to give this grade here. And there are so many options, so many way to make it customize and make it more interactive and more engaging, and more profitable, more rubric oriented for users to, for students to. You can make it more, along with the goal of your courses, what exactly you would like your students to learn from the course, what are the goal and what are the objectives. So you can put them in according to rubric, and then you can make all the settings from here. And then you can make it also for a group, as we talked about earlier. A group thing that I showed you, so you can assign it to a specific group and write descriptions. There are so many things to choose from here. And finally, you can click on save, and then these are the all options here that we just went through here in the settings. And then from the plus options here, you can add, there are more options here. Blackboard is more about, there are so many options, and then there are so many different ways you can do a specific thing in Blackboard. So if you click here, you will see you can add text. You can just write your questions. So I can just write for example, if I just have one question with the text, so I can just say, what is the maximum water basil need? So random questions. I am just saying this because um, it's just garden quiz. So I'm going to click on save here. So this is my question is saved. And then after I save this question, before actually I save this question, I can go to edit and I can choose different more options here. So if I have to insert content here, I can choose it from image or cloud storage on YouTube. I can also make courses. I can also make questions like watch this video and write a reflection on this. So I can insert YouTube video and more things from here. So there are limitless things that you can change in the settings, and also you can do in the assignment section here. So we talked about course content, and then in the pretty similar way, if I go click here, and if I choose any, if I am trying to include anything, add more thing here, to the copy content, so I can do that too. But what I was saying is, if I decide to create any other item, if I decide to create not assignment or quiz or anything else, then that specific option is going to have all those settings and different option too that we just saw. So let's give you an example here. If I go to create, and if I go to choose discussion, let's say, so if I want to create a discussion, so this is a new discussion, I can name my discussion here. Oh, this is a discussion about the the video that we watched, and write your reflection on this. So I can just change all the settings here, and then I can look into if I can make it as a group discussion, or post first, or grade discussion, high discussion activity until student responds. So this is very important, guys, here, folks, because sometimes you don't want your student to get influenced by other views from other students, or what they have written on the reflections, or you don't want to copy them either. So you can choose this option here. You can check this. So until they do not post anything, they're not going to see student discussion. So they have to respond. You can make it respond mandatory discussions too. So there are so many things under this discussion you can do. So in the similar way, whatever you want to choose here, whatever option you would like to go for, there would be more setting and there would be more editing and things that you can customize for every thing that you're going to do here. Uh, Let me see what happened. Oh, yeah, sorry about that. I hope you can see my screen. Please let me know if you do not. So yeah, so we just talked about course content option here, and then we kind of talked about these icons in briefly. But right now, I'm going to talk about for the roster option. So after you create course, after you have your course set up, the next thing what you would like to do is, or you would want to do is to add students, to add people to your course. So you can click on this roster option, and roster option is going to show you what people do you have recently. So I have myself, test two space, as an instructor, and there will always be a test student, so that you can see, it will help you to create more students here or to do some analytics. So if you want to add more members here, you see the plus sign here, click on invite student. It's called invite students. You can invite student to register for your course. Email, separate email address with a comma, so you can add all the email addresses. And you can, if you want to add one by one, I mean, there doesn't make any sense if you do it one by one. You can just do all of them together. So if you have like 50 students, just write their email address. And there's a message preview. You can there will be a message like this on their email: Blackboard, you're invited, test two space, whatever your teacher name is, invite you to join this course about Garden 101. And they click on enroll now, or there's another option that you can send the shareable link to allow them to enroll in their course. You can just send them some link, and you don't have to send them email. So that's, both of them, they look very effective, and it will be easy for teachers who are trying to create courses here and also trying to add the students. This is the way. So you write an email address, and then you click on send here option, and then they're going to get invitation about the courses that you're going to teach. Very important here. And then we kind of talked about create and manage groups. So let's see here, how does it look like? So you can set up a group here, number of groups 0, and then if you are going to so right now I do not see anything here. The reason is because I do not have any students in my course. So let's say if I have 10 students, then I'm going to see all the students' name here, like in a column, test two space preview user, 10 columns. Then I can choose if I want to make them by self-enrollment or if I want to customize the groups. So I can choose a number of groups too, how many groups I want. So this will give you an option. I don't know if you have seen or use Zoom, pretty much, because Zoom gives you an option to do breakout rooms, and then it asks you if you want to customize the group. That means if you want to add a specific person into a group, or if you want software to choose randomly who will be in what group. So you can choose from either of the options what you think is good for you, and then you can create a group for the students that are going to do the course. So it's just giving me a message here, so I'm going to just close this. And then we just looked at roster and the course, and then course is private. I mean, if you want to make it private, and if you want to make it just to be accessible to few people, you can do that. And Blackboard Collaborate, we just talked about this, that we can create a course room. So this course room is pretty much look like a video content, and it's gonna create a place for you. I'm gonna do this cancel. So it's gonna create a place for you where you can do like talk to your student and coworker. I'm sorry, not coworkers. Students can talk to each other, or they can also interact with the teacher, on a discussion or on a video watch or whatever they want to talk about. Attendance is, I just talked about over briefly here, that you can just to take a roll call, you can just say add the name, and it does. The other good thing about Blackboard and learning management system is that they keep the track for you everything. You just have to enter the value, and then it's just gonna take everything for you. It's just gonna keep the, if you want to see the statistic of the attendance by the end of the year, if you want to see the statistic of how they have been doing on the quizzes or grades, it's just going to do every calculation for you. You don't have to worry about calculating things. They can also make graphs and pie charts for you so that it's easy for you to analyze those things. Announcement, we talked about announcement already. This can be an announcement, maybe like there's a snow day, there will be not happening the class, or when class is not, it's be starting 1 hour later, or maybe any announcement that you would like to do, or welcome to the class for a student for the very first day. So you can use this announcement tool as sending out those messages that you would like to send to all of the class, to every student, and let them know about important things, or maybe upcoming assignments or deadlines or discussions or quizzes or question banks, everything. uh, it's a very important tool, and it also, if they have their notifications they can get this Blackboard app on their phone, and they're going to get the notification on their every time they get notification on their phone, they can see that there is something happening in the course room. So I used to use it a lot when I help teachers to make courses on Blackboard, because this is something, and you always keep the notification on. You can connected to your class, and you can just always on the top of the information that what's happening. And it's very important right now, especially because of the pandemic. We are doing virtual classes, virtual online, so we do not meet each other much. So it's very important to get to know what's happening. Books and tool, we talked about this earlier. Question banks is, this is very important, because whenever you're trying to create banks, you can download things. It says import new question bank here, as I just talked about this. So you can click on this plus icon here, and then you can have I do not have any on my computer right now, but you can just, if you have downloaded it from or maybe sometime what happens is when you are creating new courses and you have question bank from the previous teacher, or from the person who is teaching another section of the same course, so you would like to share your question banks and those information, so you can use it here. Student preview. So student preview is the last thing here on the left hand side menu, and we kind of talked about this, as I told you in the very beginning, that as a student and as a teacher, the interface look different for us. So whenever you are setting up your course, or when you're working with the instructional designer and you have everything set up, the last thing that you would like to do is you can see as a student how does it going to look like to a student after you set up the course, and then you can see the things that you would like to change, or things you would like to move according to the hierarchy of the book or the courses or the module that you are teaching. That's a nice place to introspect what you have achieved as a person who is creating that online course content, and where are the places of improvement as a student look at the course. So you go click here on enter student preview more, and then it's just going to give you a small message here. Student preview creates a course member you can use to view course material, post discussion, and submit attempts as a student. So that's pretty much explain what I just explained to you guys. So you click on start preview here, and then it's just going to tell you welcome to student preview, and then it's just going to show you how does it look like. So why it's showing content. It can be a very good question. Why it's showing you content is on the way, but we just made some of the quizzes and assignments and a discussion. The reason is because we haven't published them yet. So you can create courses. They students will not be able to show those things, the content, unless you do not publish them on your Blackboard profile. So unless it will just gonna say content is on the way, while you wait, check out the roster to connect with your classmates or contact your instructor. Very nice message already here, so you don't want to change them. So roster, we talked about this, and we talked about pretty much all things here. So this is gonna how does it look like? How is it gonna look like to student? So you can click here, reset preview, view gradebook preset review. And you can also see as a student how does a gradebook going to look like to you. So this is just you as a student. So there's a one quiz that we submitted, garden quiz one. So we can just see that nothing to grade here because no one has submitted work or something. So these are the main things that I wanted to talk about or wanted to show you here, and also wanted to do few things with you on the live course, so I can show you how does we work on this and how you can name course and you can add content. And we just did this about garden or garden 101, and then we saw how we made some discussions, how we created some assignments, quizzes, and we talked about every interface here. And on the top, we talked about these two. So this is calendar after you put your course content and your deadline for quizzes. As we saw in the setting of assignment that there was a date that due date till this date, due date till this date. So this is automatically going to populate in your schedule that this assignment is due on this date. And then we just talked about there's a new discussion, but we haven't published yet. And then this is about gradebook for teacher and messages and course analytics. So this will be, how many students have been doing, liking, what are they scoring, and what are the reports. So you can see it from here, from course analytics. And so those were the options inside the course. And then if you come out from the course view on the dashboard, we call it dashboard, where you can see all the courses. There are more options here on the left hand side. Organizations. So organizations, you can look for organizations and you can connect to organizations here. And then you can, there's a calendar option here. So this is as a teacher, you are looking this as a teacher, not for a specific course. The previous calendar that we looked, that was for a previous course with the due dates. So if you are here, you can see multiple courses and multiple options here. See, I can see multiple options here for every month. So that's just gonna show you, the other way with the due dates and month. And you can change the calendar option here if you would like to see as a month or a day. And then messages is the same option, same thing that we talked about. If we are, going to send you a message about a course here, so you will see that 0 messages. People from this course hasn't sent you any messages. If they have sent you any messages, you're going to see 5 messages from this course, 2 messages about this course. Grade is so. This is the so all of the options that we are looking here. These are not for a specific course. First, we look them as a specific course, but right now we are looking the bigger view, the bigger picture here, where we can see the grade for all the courses. So if I'm teaching and I'm teaching like 7 courses here, so I can see, okay, this course has this discussion due in 2 days, and I have to grade this one. I haven't graded this one. I had to create a course for this one. So it's basically for all the current courses you have been teaching or you teach. Assist is something that is new. That's what we can see from here. And this is for, if you need any help. If you need any help how to create course, if you need to see some of the best practices that you can do in Blackboard in education or app, how to file transformer, if you are transforming your files here. So there are more options that you can see, and it's like a community to help you with, and then you can ask people, and also you can ask uh, people who work at the Blackboard. So these are some other extra tools from here. So let me go back here to this is my profile. Let me go back to the courses where I can see the multiple courses here. Yeah, so this was the main, the information that I wanted to talk about. And as I said, that we have a presentation ready here. So let me go ahead and show you. So we just talked about the website where we can go and create a free teacher account, and then creating a new course in dashboard. We went to our dashboard and we saw different courses there, and click on the courses and plus icon. Then you can create content for a specific course, choose appropriate option from the list. Course announcement, we saw that on the left hand side icon. And then as I gave you some examples, what would be the example of the announcement? So announcement on the left hand side menu, click on the announcement and write appropriate title and content and save, publish the page. And then creating a course module was, we did a lot of time there. We invested a lot of time there to do the module and choose the plus option, edition icon, and then we can see that we can create exam, quizzes, assignments, module, so many things we can do here, and we can choose from those options. And then we look for the settings that we can change due after, if it is a group assignment and all those things. So choose there from, and then pretty much for the assignment, it's a sub part of the course module that we also saw as an assignment. And how to add student in the courses, that we saw from the roster on the left hand side. We added roster, and then it's going to show you, it showed us people are currently in the course. And then also we showed how to send them invite link, or with the two alternative ways that we can do from there. So that was all I have for you today. Well, thank you so much for joining, first of all. And I hope that you learned good things, and I hope you learned nice thing about a Blackboard, and you will make yourself, you will feel comfortable in order to design courses if you want to, or if you would like to in the future. I'm here for a few more minutes. If you have any questions, please write us in the chat box or question and answer session. And also if you're interested in more classes on content management or content creation in different learning management system, next week on Tuesday, we will be doing how to create Google Classrooms, how to create courses in Google Classrooms. So you're welcome. It's at the same time, 6:30 in the evening. You're welcome to join us there too. And then if you want to attend both of them and you want to see which interface is easy for you to understand or easy for you to create course, you can pick one, or you can try them both. Both of them, they're free. So yeah, last week we did how to do classes in Canvas. Well, as I said, I'm here again for a few more minutes. If you have any question, please write us. And then if you also want the copy of the presentation that you just saw, please write us your email address in the chat box. Kafaya is with us here, and she's gonna send you the copy of that presentation so that you can go back and have some notes if you would like to.
Hello everyone, Kafaya here. Thank you guys for joining us today, and most especially thank you Mohit for sharing your knowledge with us. This was really fun and informative. For anyone that has any last round of questions, please feel free to put it in the chat. If you're on Facebook, we can see your questions if you want to post them. And if you're here on Zoom and you want to post a question or put something in the chat, please let us know. If not, thank you for joining us here today. We hope to see you in our future webinars. And I hope that you enjoyed today's session. Thank you.
Thank you, Fire.
Welcome. Okay. Well, it looks like we don't have any more questions at the moment. So this is the end. Thank you, everyone, for being here today. And thank you, Mohit, again. Have a
Thank you.
wonderful day, everyone.
Thank you,
Bye.
you too.